Have you ever felt that subtle shift in your relationship? Like something invisible, yet heavy, lingering in the air between you and the woman you love? Maybe you can't quite explain it, but something just doesn't feel right. She's still there physically, but emotionally, mentally, something feels distant. You're not alone, and you're not crazy. In fact, what you may be sensing is real. The truth is, when someone begins to cheat in a relationship, the signs are almost always there. They may be subtle at first, almost unnoticeable, but over time, they grow. They become patterns, and if you're paying close attention, you might be able to see them clearly before the damage becomes irreversible. One of the first things to change is communication. It might start as missed calls, fewer texts, or responses that feel shorter, more distracted, less engaged. Where once you shared long conversations, meaningful moments, and spontaneous check-ins, now you receive silence, delays, or messages that feel more like obligations than genuine interactions. She may no longer ask about your day, your plans, or your feelings. There's a loss of curiosity, a disinterest in the small details that used to matter. It's subtle, but it hurts. Then there's the shift in routines. Perhaps she suddenly needs more privacy. She might become possessive of her phone, taking it everywhere, even into the bathroom. Maybe she changed her passwords, started using new messaging apps, or set her phone to silent or do not disturb more often. If you ask about it, she might brush you off, accuse you of being paranoid, or tell you that you need to trust her. But the fact is, trust isn't just asked for. It's built, nurtured, and proven. If you find yourself feeling shut out, it's likely for a reason. You'll also begin to notice emotional unavailability. She could become more critical of you, pointing out flaws or starting arguments over trivial things. It feels like she's no longer your biggest supporter, but your harshest critic. The connection you once had starts to erode. She may no longer share her thoughts or dreams. Instead, she becomes vague, guarded, or evasive. There may be changes in her appearance and habits. Perhaps she starts dressing differently, wearing new perfume, hitting the gym more often, or investing more time and energy into how she looks. Alone, these could be innocent, but in the context of other signs, it might be an indication that she's trying to impress someone else. If these changes coincide with an increase in time spent at work, with friends, or running errands, take note. She may start spending more time away from home, giving vague explanations, or being unreachable during certain periods. If you notice that she seems more excited to go out than to come home, or if she returns from these outings emotionally distant or strangely giddy, it's worth paying attention. Human behavior is deeply tied to emotional fulfillment, and if she's getting that from someone else, it will reflect in her demeanor. Sexual intimacy often changes as well. It may decrease dramatically, or in some cases change in nature. If she seems uninterested, detached, or simply going through the motions, this could be a warning sign. Conversely, if her sexual behavior changes abruptly, becoming more experimental or introducing new techniques or preferences without explanation, it might be influenced by someone new. Emotional and physical intimacy are tightly linked, and shifts in one often signal shifts in the other. Watch for guilt-driven generosity. Sometimes, a partner who is cheating will overcompensate by being overly kind, generous, or affectionate. She may buy you gifts, compliment you more often, or initiate affection in ways that feel out of character. While this might seem positive, it can sometimes be a form of emotional compensation or distraction, a way to quiet her own conscience or deflect suspicion. Another common behavior is gaslighting. This is when she tries to make you doubt your own perceptions. If you bring up your concerns and she dismisses them by saying you're imagining things, being insecure, or acting crazy, that's not just unfair, it's manipulative. This psychological tactic is used to keep you off balance and to avoid confronting the truth. Over time, it can erode your confidence and make you question your instincts, which is exactly what a cheating partner wants. Social circles and friendships can also be affected. If she starts hanging out with new people and you're not invited or even told about it, that could be a sign. Or if mutual friends begin acting strangely around you, being more distant, avoiding eye contact, or seeming uncomfortable, they might know something they're not telling you. People often confide in their friends, and those friends might not know how to behave around you if they know something you don't. Technology leaves trails. If you suspect something, subtle signs may appear in her digital footprint. Deleted messages, cleared browser history, or changes in social media habits can be red flags. Perhaps she used to tag you in posts and now she doesn't. Or maybe she suddenly added a lot of new friends or follows certain accounts that seem out of place. Sometimes it's not about what you see, it's about what's missing. The absence of familiar patterns can be just as telling as new, suspicious ones. Your gut feeling matters. Our instincts are often tuned to detect shifts in behavior, even if we can't logically explain them at first. If something feels off, don't ignore it. It doesn't mean you should panic or jump to conclusions, but it does mean you should pay attention. Cheating often comes with a series of small lies that build over time, and your subconscious picks up on the inconsistency even before your conscious mind does. Sometimes the signs are not about what she does, but what she stops doing. She might stop making plans with you, stop talking about the future, or stop using affectionate language. Words like we and us get replaced by I and me. Conversations about vacations, goals, or shared dreams fade away. These omissions can be just as significant as overt behaviors. Finances can also reveal hidden truths. Sudden changes in spending habits, unexplained withdrawals, or secrecy about credit card statements can indicate something is going on. If she becomes defensive when you ask about money, or starts making purchases that don't align with her usual habits, these could be clues. Affairs often cost money, whether it's dinners, hotels, or gifts, and those expenses show up somewhere. You might notice changes in how she manages her time. Suddenly, she's too busy to spend quality time together. There's always a reason she can't make dinner, can't join you for a movie, or has to stay late at work. One canceled plan might be nothing, but a pattern of avoidance can indicate a deeper issue. Especially if you feel like you're always waiting for her, always the one reaching out, always the one adjusting your schedule. Sometimes, the most obvious signs are the ones we don't want to see. You might catch her in a lie, even a small one, and brush it off. You might hear a strange name slip out in conversation, or see an unfamiliar number pop up on her phone. These little moments often come with rationalizations, but deep down, you know they don't add up. Trust is not just about believing someone. It's also about recognizing when something doesn't feel right and honoring your own perceptions. So pay attention, not out of fear, but out of self-respect. Listen to what her actions are saying, even if her words don't match. Don't be afraid to seek clarity, to set boundaries, and to protect your emotional health. You are not powerless. You are not foolish. You are simply someone who values truth, and that is never something to be ashamed of.